Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another DLA Media video, and today we're going to be overviewing doing fog lights on a 2011 to, technically speaking, 15 Scion Tc. Now, I know it's already quite ripped apart, but having my dad help me, and I don't really think he wants to be on camera, so that has just been a pain. The first step, obviously, remove the bumper. You're gonna want to undo that screw, and then bolt, screw, also bolt. And there should be one over here, but mine's broken. It's old, so. Obviously, you're also gonna need to remove the radiator cooling plate, which is usually just a bunch of push tabs. And then you're gonna have a bolt right here on each side, and a pin generally right here, yeah, right there, on both sides. And then if you want to route it through the firewall like we did, which technically would be the proper way to do it, you can kind of see it down there, it's the red wire, but if you want to do it that way, you're gonna have to get under your dash. So it's gonna be, you can see the red wire again, that grommet, that one, way up there. Yeah, you're also going to want to get a pry tool like that, pop off this panel, so you can install the button, and then the wiring harness, which is currently somewhere up here. Anyways, you're gonna feed that red extension through the firewall. You're not feeding the whole thing through the firewall, just the red. Then that's the positive, or yeah, that'll connect to that one, so that the fog lights work when you press the button. Currently in the process of routing all the wiring. Here's your positive. Have a relay for it, and then your fuse. This, you're gonna self-tap somewhere into here, you know, like wherever you think looks the best, you know, you could do it like right there, blah, blah, blah. Either way. You're also going to want to grab the rest of this harness, feed it down through here. That's one fog light plug. The other will be sitting right here. I still need to like figure out where I'm putting everything, but generally this is where it's going to be. So let me just adjust this so it at least looks somewhat correct. So like that, generally speaking, like that, you know. I currently have the positive fed through that little gap. Actually, let's feed through that little hole. Right there. Alright. Anyways, I'm gonna keep, like, messing with all this. I don't know what my camera is doing. I don't know why it keeps focusing on random things, so that's weird. But I do have these. They're little, clip zip ties, so I'm going to take these ones out, put those ones in so that I can clamp the harness down to it. I'm running it on the top, not the bottom, because there's not going to be any water, hopefully, up here, as this one's actually covered. Anyways, for the actual fog lights, they do come with, or at least my kit came with, new bezels. Those are the old ones right there, but you're gonna put the new bezel on, right? Then you're going to, let's get down here real quick, you're gonna look for the L or the R on them. I don't know why this thing keeps not focusing. This one's the left, this is the left side. You're gonna take your 4 screws. I would recommend putting that one on first. And then these ones, I don't really have a spot to go on here. I think they're just to hold them from side to side. I have no idea, because that's the only one I actually, like, that has a hole. I think you're supposed to make holes on these sides, but I couldn't get it far enough over. So this one's currently on this side of this little plastic piece. That one's on the other side, and then that one's poking inwards. So it hopefully doesn't move. I don't know. And test these in a second. Once I get everything figured out, we're currently having my dad run to get a fuse tap for the fuse box so we can do this correctly instead of shoving it under a fuse the sketchy way. I really don't want to do that, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do it the nice way. But I'll show you when it's done. I also do have 2 more videos. Rain guard, or WeatherTech rain guards, that'll probably actually be posted before this one, just because it's really short. And I also have OEM mud guards, so anyway, I'll show you when I'm done, but you don't have to take off the wipers and cowl and all that if you don't run it through the firewall. You can run it through the fender. I've done it once. I'm not doing it again. I want to do it the nice way. So yeah, whatever. I'll show you when it's done. Sorry if this video is not as informative, less hands-on. I just don't think my dad wants to be filmed, so I'm doing the best I can, but I'm also getting really annoyed at some of the things on this, like the Phillips head screws down there. Anywho, I'll see you when they're connected and turning on and off, so. Alright, so again, I'm sorry about the format of this video. It's kind of like my, radiator cooling hose tells you what to do, but doesn't show you. And I get it, kind of sucks. But they're on. I'm waiting for a fuse, like, splice thing. It's basically a fuse that gives you 2 more fuses. It's so I can actually plug it into the fuse box correctly instead of just jamming the wire under fuse. It's the one that's hanging, but so I'm just hoping that they work. But pretty nifty wire tuck for the most part. I guess I could have done this before I put everything back together, but the red wire is the one that you're looking for. Back through here, sandwiched in between the fuse box, underneath that, and then to there, the bundle underneath that actual part, relay, the fuse is right next to it. Then this wire comes through here, through a little hole. I zip tied it so it's pretty secure. And then we loomed pretty much everything. You can see where the wire's coming out. But loomed pretty much everything. It did not come with those, like, clip zip tie things. I just happen to have some. But, I mean, it's pretty much done. Also, what I was doing yesterday, that isn't on a video, but to the oil cap, if you want the part number, just, like, let me know. I don't know. It's nothing special. It's not technically the ones even for this car, but it does fit, as you can see, with no, like, play in it. It is an OEM one, so it is from Toyota, so it's a little pricier. I also did new battery tie down. The old one was rusty. I think I have it out here. I know I'm getting sidetracked. Right there. Super rusty. Terrible. Anyways. This video is just going to have to wait until the part comes in tomorrow that I need. And then I'll finish this video. But in the meantime, I'm going to do the WeatherTech video after I put the cooling plate back on. So, peace. Alright, so it is technically 2 days later. I had to go to work yesterday, but got our little, our like actual proper fuse tap. Car's on, you can see the switch. Green light on. Boom. Headlights don't need to be on, but it's also, let me that. Notice when I press it now, it's in, so it should be on, and we're good. So now, even if I accidentally bump the switch, can't accidentally turn them on. Also, if you want some WeatherTech rain guards, go watch yesterday's video. I'm gonna try getting everything out today so I have a 3-day post. Anyways, for the switch wiring, let me get my handy dandy light. So we needed that. There's a fuse tap so that you can run a fuse like whatever one you tapped, and then the one for the switch. And we have it wired above the little bracket so that it doesn't interfere with the steering, and through the firewall. So yeah, all properly done. Everything's tucked, and everything's good. I think I showed the engine bay wire tuck. So without further ado, it's been another TLA Media video. Kind of looks pretty cool too. But see you in the next one. Have a good day.